Hello everyone and welcome. My name is Jeff and today we are going to have some fun playing Magic. And the fun thing that we're trying to do today, we're playing a deck I'm calling EleAggro. So elemental aggro, all the elementals, all of the aggroness, and this is really fun. We're still in Temur colors, which is the one reason why it's kind of like, it's not a full aggro. But there's a lot of damage you can do really quick with this deck, with Chandra, Acolyte of Flame, with the Pyromancer, with Lightning Stormkins, with the Brawler, with Spitfires, with all this stuff. There's so much damage you can do, and there's a really amazing synergy that's in this. Even just like Thunderkin Awakener, which can go grab our Steamkin, our Risen Reef, our if we have a Creeping Trailblazer out there, we can go grab another Creeping Trailblazer. We also have Sylvan Awakening, which I've been waiting to play for forever, which turns all of our lands into elemental creatures with Reach, Indestructible, and Haste, which we can pay for with our Chandra. Go really wide, or we can pay 2 mana at least with it, and go wide, do some fun stuff. And also Cavalier of Flame, which is really good, gives all of our creatures haste for 2 mana, so we can just play a bunch of stuff if we have 2 extra mana, which we get a lot of mana with Risen Reef as long as we get that combo going as well, which also gives us lots of lands for the Sylvan Awakening. So maybe 2 copies would be better, but I wanted to at least have 1 in here for the fun. Scorch Spitter, because it works really well with Chandra Spitfire, gets a little bit of extra damage in for us. And Runaway Steamkin, there's actually only a few cards in the deck that don't have red mana in it. There's so many red elementals. In fact, I think Risen Reef and Sylvan Awakening are the only 2. So there's a lot of, so our land base is really heavy in red, and we just have 4 lands that don't have red in it, I guess, and 5, 6. But overall, this deck has been so fun to play, and so let's go ahead and get into the gameplay, see how this does, and wish me luck. EleAggro, EleAggro. We're up against Ustake. Bring it on, Ustake. And yeah, this looks good. This looks grand. We'll keep it. Opponent's going first, so we can decide if we want to use the shock or not. Hold it up. We'll see what we're up against. But we have the Stormkins into Risen Reef into Creeping Trailblazer. I'm actually not sure which is best. I mean, Creeping Trailblazer into this is really fast and aggressive. All right, Steam Vents. We'll play it tapped. They didn't play anything there. They could be playing like Paradise Druid, which this shock will be useless against anyway. And so I kind of rather make sure we get to hit something with it. All right, so this is the question, is what's the best thing to be going for? More aggressive plays or other things? Let's go for, I mean, we are trying to be aggro, right? So let's go for, I guess we go for Stormkin. I think technically this gives you more damage overall, but I feel like it's also a bigger target that we don't really want to die right away. We like to find land. All right, so that's Chandra. I was thinking this might also be an elemental deck. Anytime you find Temur or see Temur now, it's kind of what you're thinking. All right, Scorch Spitter. Let's just kill the Chandra real quick. And pass the turn. And not hitting that other land is a little bit rough. Yep, not the bestest. This Lavakin Brawler is actually huge. Very often it's like a 6/4 when it's attacking in. Especially if you have Chandra out as well to create some tokens, more elementals. It gets so insane. It's so fun. All right, so getting rid of our Stormkins. Having to play defensively, but we haven't found lands yet. So we're probably going to focus on this Risen Reef if we find a land, which we didn't. We're going to play this actually to try to get more lands as well. All right, so swing in, down to 16, pass the turn. Next turn, just Creeping Trailblazer. If we find another land, maybe Scorch Spitter to grow the Steamkin. I will see. Nissa. All right, if we find land, we can actually Creeping Trailblazer, shock, and kill the Steam. Oh, come on, where's the lands? All right, let's go Creeping Trailblazer. Are we okay trading off with the land here? This is the biggest advantage that they have on us. We know that we have a shock. We can still get in through the air later. Or do we make sure that we can get the mana off of this? That's the question. Next turn we can play Scorch Bitter, Shock. Hopefully land into like Lava Kinbrawler or something like that. Alright, just one attacker.
Do not assume I am fragile.
That would have been a guaranteed trade-off. The issue is that they might have removal for the Stormkin, and that would have given a better chance. I don't know. We'll see. What is this deck playing? We don't have Nissa in our deck. Nissa is good. Another Nissa.
I will protect the virtue of this world.
All right, back up to 6 mana. That's fine. Or 6 loyalty. All of the 3/3s coming in. We probably will trade off now. Let's see. In a turn, we can make pretty much guarantee that we won't have to, though. It's a lot of damage. All right, we'll kill the forest. It's the only forest out there. It's the only thing that's making her stronger right now. Man, what is up with us not finding any lands? That's rough. All right, swing at Nissa again. We can shock and kill one of these things, so let's pass the turn. Dude, we've gone through a lot of cards, 13 cards to not find lands. All right, well, that's annoying. We can still kill a land, though. I mean, we're kind of staying in the game. The hard thing is that we are having to actually kill these guys to not be dead. So let's keep getting rid of green mana, I guess. The block. We probably need to grab a Nissa into this deck as well, because Nissa's just so good. Do they have a shock of their own? Nope, they let it die. All right, down to 3. We have to keep up blockers now. Do we find land? I mean, come on. Give us a shot. Living Twister would be nice just as a good blocker here. Hydrocrasis, if it's X3, it's X1. So X1 is fine. Sulfur Falls, there we go. Alright. Living Twister. This can kill this, but we die to these. Like, I want to play Risen Reef just so we can get another chance at ramping up. We're going to have to block with both anyway. But this lets us keep something on the battlefield. So Living Twister is the better play. And no attacks or else we're dead. Oh, and she gets to create another one anyway. So yeah, we're dead. I forgot about the extra trigger. So yeah, that one was a bad one. We just didn't ever find lands, man. We're up against Lancia. Bring it on, Lancia. And let's see if we can find more than 2 lands this time, because that would be great. And this is pretty great. All right, we're gonna keep this. Scorch Bitter into double Steamkin, which is sweet. Hopefully ramping up into this Chandra, that would be also very sweet. All right, so Mountain Spitter. We have Rootbound Craig. We don't have a 3-drop yet, so this will probably be coming in tapped on turn 3. There's a Hinterland Harbor. So we can't play that until we get down the Stomping Ground. Let's go ahead and swing it in. Down to 18. Play the Steamkin. Pass the turn. There's the opt. I was worried it might be an unsummon, but it wasn't. It wasn't. Maybe playing the Stomping Ground might have been better, just because if we find a Risen Reef here, that would be a nice thing to play. But double Steamkin is still a good game plan as well. Chart of course. Are they getting stuff into the graveyard, or is this is just like a Phoenix deck maybe? Phoenix is really good right now still. There's a lot of those decks that people haven't really been playing, still really solid. All right, let's actually get down Steam Vents so that we have blue already on the battlefield. So Steam Vents, pretty tapped. Play the Steamkin to grow the Steamkin. Hopefully they don't have the like firefight or whatever it's called. Fire sweep, flame sweep. That's what it's called. They have that in the land here. We're gonna cry a little bit. Because now we found all of our lands and not as much action. We have a few 4 and 5 drops, but we're not really wanting this many lands this early. This deck is more 2 and 3 drops. Terramander. That's a terrible mander. Alright, plays the Shock. Brawler. Alright, so Hinterland Harbor, play the Brawler. And swing it in. Yeah, so this is the Phoenix deck or something similar. They're really close to being able to flip this Terramander like on the next or adapt it. So trading, I don't feel like makes much sense. They actually could have done it with their mana to create a 5/5. I think that's still not a bad play. Steam Vents, there's a Drake. They have a 5/4 though, so that also works. All right, Trailblazer. Play this tapped and swing in with the Brawler. And actually, we'll swing in with both. We want to get in damage. We're going aggressive here. Becomes a 6/4. They could have dived down. I did forget about that. All right, they do have the dive down. Takes the 6 though. I mean, that's a lot. They have to play another creature to not be dead. Creeping Trailblazer will also be able to swing in for a bunch here. If we find land, we also have Chandra, which is sweet. All right, adapts. Are they going to be greedy and swing in? No. Okay, but we are going to get down our Chandra, which means they can never really attack in.
I know who I am. And no one is telling me what to do.
They can kill the Drake. Swing in, make them trade with the Terramander. But I think at this point, with how low they are, we just tick up.
No pressure.
And no attacks, just pass the turn. Down to 2. Maybe we should attack in to make them trade off, because they could, I was going to say, the one thing is they could get enough damage here to just kill us. Guard a course. I'm not sure. This deck might be playing like Uncaged Fury. That could be really bad. That would probably just kill us here on the spot. If they found the Uncaged Fury, we're dead. So swinging it with the Lavakin Brawler might have been better since we already had the win here. Just putting pressure to make them block with something because it would have been a 5/4. So we would have been able to trade off with whatever. They did have mana up for a dive down, so there is that. All right, they're up to 15. They don't have mana for the Uncaged Fury. And I think that we've got them. I feel like they had to be swinging in on that turn. All right, Sulfur Falls. I mean, tick up.
Is it just me, or is it getting a little warm in here?
And swing in. Yeah, I was going to say, we're going to swing in, make them block both. And that's the game, my friends. That was good. All right, up against Meat Extract. Oh, man. Okay. Alrighty, then. Yeah. Chandra with the Omnath. It's not the best hand, but we can play the stuff that we have. We're going to keep it. Hopefully draw into some 2-drops along the way. Like a 2-drop would be great. Let's actually go for Steam Vents. Say hello back. Well, howdy. How the heaven are you, my friend? Scorch Spitter. All right, Breeding Pool. Hey. Trailblazer. And Trailblazer with the Chandra. Good stuff. Shock, bad stuff. Who do these people think they are? It's just rude. Rudeness bounds here. right, so what are we looking for? We can play the Chandra. Taking the extra damage to do so is a little bit rough. But we will. We don't have his shock or anything in the graveyard, right? Alright, well, let's just create some elementals. This also, I mean, if they start attacking Chandra, it kind of gains us 4 more life. Risen Reef would be sweet. Omnath's not bad. Lavakin Brawler is really cool too. Lavakin Brawler gets massive with the Chandra elementals. This also lets us kill the Scorch Spitter.
Living in a monastery full of firebrands?
Or the Chandra.
These little guys
Pretty
are
close to
great.
killing Chandra. Alright, so kills our Chandra.
Maybe
Yep. Alright, Sulfur Falls. Let's just Omnath kill the Spitter. So I'm believing that this is the Cavalcade deck. Land will let us pump the Omnath, swing it Chandra. Lavakin Brawler as well, pretty good. We actually have Cavalier Flame, which is also pretty good. Alright, there's a Cavalcade of Calamity. They say Cavalcade of Flame, Cavalier of Flame. If they have a shock here, this is really annoying. Oh, that would be really annoying. Don't have a shock. They have a shock. The 1 extra point of damage really wasn't that bad. Oh man, they found a Scampering Scorcher. What? Dude, if I could run the way this guy's running sometime, you know? All right, Cavalier Flame. Let's discard a mountain. Just a mountain, that's fine. Now we find the thing that we needed the mountain for. So we actually would have been able to play land and the Chandra, be able to kill all their board. But I think we're actually dead here anyway. They create 3, 5 damage. So we're going down to 1. Actually down to 2 because we get to block 1 of them. So down to 2. Yeah, if we find land for this Chandra, then we win. Or not win, but we can come back. Dude, go for the Scampering Scorcher. It's obviously the best play. You get us down so stinking low. They're just like, man, I really want the Chandra Spitfire, but Chandra Spitfire is not nearly as good at this moment. You already have Cavalcade out there. And then you Chandra, you swing and we go down to 2. If we find land for the Chandra, then we have a shot because we can kill their board, we can kill Chandra. And then we just have to hope that they don't have anything else in hand. And try to stabilize at 2. Yeah, so 5 damage, we block 4, or we block 1 of it, take 4 down to 2. Let me block. I don't know what's up with this, man. Every time at the blocking phase now has been rough. Maybe I guess I probably was supposed to kill that guy. No! Alright. Yeah, we concede. We had to find a mountain there, and we did not find it. And in hindsight, if I had just not discarded the mountain, we would have been able to play it on the next turn. Anyway. But in hindsight's always 20/20, you know. I want to get like the perfect hand, so we haven't found that yet. Oh man, I got the hiccups. But yeah, if we can just find like the perfect hand, which probably looks like all of our 2 and 3 drops, like that would be sweet. We have a lot of cool things in here, but yeah, the 2 and 3 drops would be awesome. Sorry if you guys can hear the crying baby in the background. He's not having a good day. All right, up against Plesio. Bring it on, Plesio. This is actually kind of what the perfect hand looks like. Trailblazer, Risen Reef. I mean, it's not as aggressive of a start, so there is that. All right, so we'll pay for this. Stomping Grounds. Maybe I should have held back and waited till they played the Ajani Primate on the next turn. I get a little bit greedy with stuff like that. They didn't play it. All right, with Steamkin, I'm actually going to play Steamkin first. Pass the turn. Next turn, we get to swing with a 3-2. It's a pretty good. Or we go for Risen Reef. And then maybe Exile on the next turn with the Executioner. And then hopefully we find land we can play both of these. So let's go for Risen Reef. Yep, take action. There we go. All right, so now we have some better stuff. So no attacks, pass the turn. Trailblazer and Steamkin make this guy massive. Let's see if they have land. Opponent just scoops it up. I mean, that is a pretty good combo. It's not too shabby. So understandable. Let's go for one more game. All right, up against Valentine. Bring it on, my Valentine. And still, we're playing EleAggro. EleAggro. And we're keeping this. This is sweet. All right, Steamkin, Stormkin. Let's hope that we're not stuck on 2 lands again. All right, Stomping Ground tapped. Pass the turn. Let's see what you got, sir. This is why I love 3-color as well, is that any of these lands help us get to enough other lands. Let's see, Llanowar, pass the turn, this is good. Sorry, any of the shock lands let us untap every one of the check lands, I think is what they're called. Yeah, check lands. We get to untap any of those with 1 shock land, so it's pretty cool stuff. Ooh, Awakener into Steamkin, which comes in tapped and attacking. That's pretty fun. Yeah, let's do that. See if they trade off with the Druid. We do sack it at the end of turn. That's fine. What we'd like to get is like Risen Reef. So if we get Risen Reef out, we get to swing in again, keep bringing this guy back over and over again, and keep getting multiple triggers with Risen Reef. Sweet stuff. So next turn, let's find a land. Let's not be stuck on 2 lands again. Please, pretty please. All right, shifting Ceratops. Well, now we'll wait till he swings in. All right. Oh, he has haste. That's right. You can just pay for that. Where the love? Come on. Where is my land? Let's go for Steamkin. Steamkin can get up to a 4/4. Unfortunately, this doesn't actually cast it. Down to 14, pass the turn. Come on, give us a land. Which we won't even be growing the Steamkin. Like, I'm not sure if we're going to be fast enough. Dude, their board is getting massive. We're actually going to block the Druid. Actually, they're going to kill our Druid. Our Steamkin. And swing in for everything? Dude, I think we're just dead. Like, I feel like we did have a pretty sweet hand if we were able to do... That's also really good. Dude, red-green Domri is so good. Alright, Sylvan Awakening. Well, that's not good enough. And we're going to concede. Oh, that's rough. We finally had the perfect hand and couldn't find the lands for it. In fact, that's how the first game was too, is we had a perfect hand and just couldn't find the lands for it, which it's easy to have all the things you want in hand if you don't have lands. But we're running 23 lands. It's a lot of lands. A lot of creatures, about 30 creatures is insane. But we do have a lot of good ETB effects and stuff, so it's pretty good. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe. Definitely try out this deck. I think it's really powerful. If you find the lands, it's going to be sweet. There's sometimes, I don't know. Maybe we just need to go up to 24 lands. 23 though is typically you're hitting 3 or 4 lands very consistently, and we just weren't with some of those games, and we weren't finding the cards that we were wanting on some of the others. But overall, I feel like the deck performed pretty well. Like even in the games when like we were struggling, we were still doing lots of cool things. Like we're still kind of in the game. We just had to find the right pieces, and we just didn't. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Again, like, subscribe, all that stuff really helps me out a ton, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks so much, and bye-bye. Thank you.